Alright guys, we're on the Northern Rail Trail. Never been on this before. Figured I'd come up here and try it out. We are on the XPeak, the Lectric XPeak. And this is why I bought this bike, to do these trails. She's gonna knock the pass down here into two. Keep the speed down a little bit. So this rail trail is supposed to be 74 miles long. Just going to take a little bit of ride on it today, as I am not up for 74 miles in this 60-degree weather. So there looks like there's going to be no one out here, other than a lot of dandelions. It kind of looks like I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Looks like a cornfield probably next to me. Looking around here, see what's around. Not much. I may have to put my jacket on now. I did bring it. Yeah, this is, believe it or not, it's the weekend, of course. That's why there's no sun out. And this is the better day out of both days. Today's Saturday, and tomorrow's gonna rain. But my buddy Bruce down in Maryland's getting rain today, so I'm sure what he's getting now, we're getting tonight until tomorrow, so. Hey, there's somebody on the trail. Got a nice little river over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Not even sure what it is. Could be the Merrimack. It's pretty big. Up here it's not called the Merrimack though. I think it's the Pemmicawassett or something like that. How you doing? So we're in Pass 2, which cuts out at about 14.5 miles an hour. So what's new? What's new? Well, we got two bikes coming in this week. We have a Mooncool TK1 arriving on Monday, and then I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday I have a small foldable, I think it's a 350 watt bike that only weighs about 55 pounds or less, and I don't know, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if it's something that I can throw in my car and leave it in there and do some small rides with it. I don't know how it's going to be, but they called up and offered it to me, and I said, yeah, I'll take it. And it's probably a great little, if this thing worked for me, it would work really good for RV people, because this thing is pretty small, so we'll see. It'll be interesting, like I said. Got a little bridge coming up here. Slow it down a little bit so I don't get banged all around. Looks like some farmland here. How you doing? So, I don't know if this would be a good trail for the trikes. The trikes will go down it. I just got to figure out if they'll fit through the gates. Could be a very interesting trail for the trikes. I'm out cruising around looking at different trails. Like I went to this one because I wanted to see what it was, because I've never been here before. And like I said, talking an 80-mile trail here. I'm pretty interested in doing the whole thing on a bike, and probably doing it in one day. So I believe We got the bikes to do it. I've got plenty of battery power. It's something that I want to do. So I'm going to be going on a little road trip with my wife. Not sure when. She's got to decide with her friend, but we're going to go down to Maryland to visit her friend for probably a long weekend. And I'm going to go visit my friend Bruce. And he's got an e-bike, and we're going to go for a ride. Got to figure out which bike I'm bringing though. Depends on what he picks for a trail, because he said let him know the day, and he'd pick a trail. So it'll either be this bike or probably the juiced Rip Current, depending on whether it's road or what. But I was testing out the rack today. Got that motorcycle rack on the car. Took the bike fully loaded. Not a problem at all. In fact, I got a video that I did today showing strapping 3 different bikes down. I'm pretty sure looking at my handlebars here, I got a good foot past that. I think I'm gonna grab my coat like I said. How you doing? Those were acoustic bikes. I wobble out of this bike so that I can try to zip my coat up by riding with no hands here. It's a very nice trail though. What it's made of is very smooth and nice. I run into women all the time, and I apologize to any women watching me, but I run into women all the time talking on their phone with, you know, a video type thing where they're talking, showing their face. Don't get it. I almost wonder if I could run this camera with just the mic in it. I may try that someday. There's a lot of farmland down here, that's for sure. There's another trail here, and again it's farmland. A babbling brook there. Lots of dandelions. So we're at 4 miles in, but I had taken a little side trip, so trying to figure out where this trail was. It wasn't well marked. And I just happened to see it out of the corner of my eye. I had gone down a road. I'm like, is this it? Nope, wasn't it. I caught this out of the corner of my eye. I was just about to head down I'm reading the thing about wheelchairs. You know, they try to make it accessible for wheelchairs. Like a wheelchair could absolutely go down this, but I'm looking at this other trail and I was like, boy, should have a mountain bike. And yeah, it wasn't the right trail. But we're next to the river again. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the Pemmicawasit, I believe they call it up here. It's the Merrimack when it gets down lower, but it's under the old Indian name, I believe, up here. So this is another rail trail. I'm going over, you know, they built this up quite a bit. I'm just always amazed, you know, considering these things were built back in the early 1900s, let's say, and you know, how did they move all this stuff? Horse and buggy? Must have been, I don't know. Nice wide trail here. A little bit different from what I've been on though, but still nice and smooth. I see scattered railroad ties all over the place. Old though, very old, well rotted out. Piles of them though. I don't think it was from these tracks, but I could be wrong. A trail I wouldn't want to have something go wrong on. It's kind of boony, but it's kind of nice because it's boony. More trees that came down during that storm, I'm sure. How you doing? Another acoustic biker, but friendly. How you doing? So we probably definitely go far on this trail, considering I'm only in pass 2. And we're running dual batteries, but we're only running 30 amp hours on this bike only. But well, now that I got the 50 on the other one. But I can run battery packs on this, and we can run about 86 amp hours on this bike if I want to. And I was actually thinking about buying another square 48 volt battery pack. I was thinking about running that on the Hanovere. That's definitely a bike that I'm not selling. That thing is a hell of a bike. I did some videos on it today, nothing big, but I want to do a short. I did some 360. I gotta figure out this 360 camera thing, so I'm going to experiment with that tomorrow in the rain, hopefully. This will get my ride out of the way. I'll have next week, but next week I'm going to be busy because, like I said, I got those 2 bikes coming in, and I am going away the following week. On Thursday, we're taking off to Florida, and we're only going to be there till Sunday. We're coming home on Sunday, but I definitely got to get some stuff done because I got 2 manufacturers that are going to expect videos out of me. And one of them, the little bike that I'm getting, that one, they expect their first video by the 22nd. So we're at 5.6 miles. There is, I see houses every once in a while, but this is definitely land out here that they haven't got to yet. I wonder what these, I know it's for the railroad, but I wonder what those markers mean. I'm going to be riding on these railroad trails. I'm going to have to find out what they mean. But this is a nice trail because it's smooth. The other one that I did there, the Rockingham rail trail, that gets pretty rough. Get banged around quite a bit on that one. So today it is 60 degrees out and cloudy, but no rain yet. So I did, this bike I changed to a 52 tooth crank, but I know some people were like, oh, that's too much for that bike. I'm pedaling along here in 4th, nice canvas, 14 miles an hour. I'm happy with it. I did put that big tall gear on it though, like I do on all my bikes. That TK1 I got coming, single speed. Don't really love that, but we'll see. I may end up putting some gears on that at some point. Probably do it a little bit different way than, it would be too complicated, I believe, to put gears on that on the back. Because there is, I believe, I'm not sure whether or not that one has a differential in it. I don't know if it's 2-wheel drive on that or just 1-wheel drive. We'll find out when we get it. I haven't done a lot of research on that bike. I didn't know I was getting one till a couple weeks ago. And then I've been so busy looking at these other bikes that I haven't had time to research it, but I will. Now there's one place in the state, I don't know where it is, but it has old growth trees on it. It's the only place left with old growth trees. There's a cemetery over there, old one too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can. It's all very old headstones in there. It doesn't really look like it is upkept, but it's not crazy upkept. You get some sort of a facility coming up here with a barbed wire fence around it. Kind of looks like a prison. Yeah, I almost bet you it is a prison. Got very narrow windows, which usually means a prison. I definitely needed this ride today. Just so much going on. Yeah, that's definitely a prison. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you see those narrow windows? That thing's a prison for sure. It's got a bunch of white vehicles up there too. Looks like it's a working prison. Looks like it's got some farmland. I had no idea where I was going. I found this on one of my trail. I have 2 trail apps that I pay for. I was looking today, just New Hampshire trails, and I spotted this one. I'm like, ooh, long one. So a lot of these trails are only, 3 miles, 2 miles. Looking for something with some distance that I could experiment with to find out for future rides. Definitely gonna be doing this one. Probably gonna, like I said, probably go to the end. It's okay. How you doing?
Good. Have a good day.
Well, here's an old depot. Look at the wood on that thing. Interesting. Well, we finally got a road. Don't know what road, but a road. Hopefully my coat here is not screwing the camera up. I probably ought to zip it up and throw this thing on the outside. Why don't we do that? All right, away we go. I'm gonna watch the battery level here because I didn't bring batteries, of course. And that's another reason why we're not going out for a long time. Forgot to bring spare batteries and I didn't bring battery packs. If I do this rail trail all the way to the end, the 80 miles, I will run battery packs. How you doing? Hey, friendly bikers on this trail. Again with the marker, WRJ56. Definitely follows the river. I don't know how far north this goes. I know we're going north, so a little bit of rapids down there. Yeah, I got plenty of battery for the bike. I don't have enough battery for my cameras though. I can't believe I forgot the battery pack. But just one more thing that I got to remember. So I got another trike coming, but it's been delayed another month. I know I'm getting it. It was supposed to be this month sometime, and now they're saying next month. But they're including a free wooden rack. So it's got a rack on it, but they're now applying wood to it to make it look better, which sounds pretty cool. But I also want the stupid thing. But that's coming. These 2 are coming in. I may have another one coming in the following month sometime, trike. That's it for what we know is coming in. I didn't know I had that bike coming until last week when they went, hey, would you like to try one of these? So I guess my name's getting out there and they're starting to offer me bikes, which is really cool. And I do have possibly one other bike coming in. And that one's up in the air. And the company that's sending out the little bike said if I do good on that, they want to send me another bike. They've got quite a few bikes, so I'm kind of excited about that. I tell you the name, but I'm holding off a little bit. I want to find some more about it before I do it. And like I said, I haven't had a chance to sit down and do any research lately. Like I said, I gotta do some research tomorrow. I gotta figure out how to do these 360 camera things. I mean, I paid good money for this camera and I don't use it, and I really should figure out how to use it because it does take some interesting videos. They make great shorts. A lot of these bike companies want shorts out there to advertise their bike, and it also gets me a lot of views. So I got to start doing shorts. I don't want to do them all the time because shorts drive me crazy. Wow, I know what town we're in. How you doing? We're at 9 miles and we are in the town of Franklin, so we are definitely going north. Actually, now that I know where I am, I really want to do this trail. I don't know, I mean, if this thing is 80 miles long, this thing must get like towards the White Mountains. And that would be really interesting if we could get up into the mountains. So yeah, Bruce, I gotta get my wife to figure out what dates they're thinking. She was on the phone with her friend the other day, yapping away. Her friend's gonna come up and pick her up so I can take my car with the bike on the back and head towards you or whatever. We'll figure it out when the time comes. Looking forward to it. There's a lot of guys I'd like to ride with. I want to ride with Richard down in Florida. I'd like to ride with Dan at some point. I'd like to ride with Jerry T. There's a lot of guys, like I said, I want to ride with. So the sleds can go on this road at 45 miles an hour. I wonder what they yell at me for doing. I've been trying to keep it under 15 here, trying to be a good doobie. This trail's smooth enough, I could definitely do a lot faster. No gloves today, guys. Yet. I got them with me. I might put them on at some point. I got an instant messenger. That means somebody, probably from Facebook, is trying to get in touch with me. I get a lot of people that know who I am now on Facebook, and I get instant messages all the time. I don't mind. I like answering people's questions and helping them out. I think Lectric has no idea how many bikes I've sold from. This XPeak, I have had so many inquiries about this bike. You know, my thoughts on different things and the wobble and so on and so forth. And I've got emails and instant messages and all kinds of stuff. And I probably have sold 30 of these bikes. And I've only got credit for one. No one uses the links, but why would they? The Lectric doesn't offer any incentive to use my link, really, because, you know, Mooncool, I can offer you $150 off on that if you spend $1,500. So you're going to use my link for a Mooncool, that's for sure. But Lectric, I got nothing to offer you other than please use my link so that I can make something on it. And it's not a lot, but it's, you know, some companies give you 10, some give you 5, and I think they're 5. So this is an interesting little spot here. Not sure what it is. I mean, it looks like a church. It is a church, I believe. It's got a cross on it and stuff. It's a chapel. Maybe some sort of a school by the Military and Veterans. Oh, it's Military and Veterans Campus. Interesting. We are in Franklin, New Hampshire, like I said. I know that because, so we used to have a condo up here on Lake Winnisquam. We had a boat right there. We had to cross the road to get to the dock, though. That was a pain in the neck, but dock was included when we bought the condo. We sold it a couple of years ago. It's just too much of a pain in the neck to go up there. There was a lot of crap going on, and I was the president of the association. My wife was the treasurer. I didn't want to even be the president. My wife talked me into it. And I didn't want to be it for the same reason why we ended up leaving there, because we ended up being miserable there. Too much crap, like I said. You get involved with that stuff, boy, you got to have thick skin. People don't always like what's going on. I made a lot of decisions up there, and I made the place probably go up in value by the stuff that I did. I know most of them got sold after we left because they were worth more money. I sold at a low, of course. I didn't make any money. Probably lost money on that place, but we enjoyed it for a couple of years anyways. I'm looking at the battery on the camera, trying to figure out at what point I should turn around, because like I said, I'm not doing this whole thing. I still got friends up at the condo. I'll stop by there if I ever go by there. Ain't happening on this ride. Battery's more than half used up, so the cameras will conk out before I get back, I'm pretty sure. So I think we'll be turning around here pretty soon. We might actually do it right here. You may actually pick up the pace a little bit too. I'll knock it up to 3. Now we're up to 20 miles an hour. And climbing. 23 miles an hour almost. Nope, at 23 on a rail trail. Almost 24 now. I'm sure I could hit 28 on this thing, no problem too. Nice and smooth. Definitely could do the trikes on this trail, especially that TK1 I got coming. That's a fat tire bike. Not 4, but 3-inch. I really can't wait for that one. I've been wanting that one. I think if I was going to buy a bike, I would have bought that one. Well, the nice thing about this trail is, I mean, it's a crappy day, so I don't know how many people would normally be on it, but not really anybody on it, so I like that. So where I came in here, there was a guy with a truck, but he's camping. But he looked like he was, I don't know, living there. Had a bunch of water and probably a homeless person, but with a truck. It's like another cemetery down there. I'm curious about that other cemetery that I saw way off with the old stone heads. I'd love to walk through there, see if I see any names. My family's been in this area for a long time. I am related to Daniel Webster. They've been, like I said, they've been around here. They came in to Ipswich, Mass as freemen. And that means that they were not indentured. They paid for their own way over here, so. I've gone back, traced them back. I can get back into about the 1500s, and then there's just no records. And that's over in England I'm talking about. Not loving the bugs. Might have to put my shield down because I do have the helmet with the shield. Got my glasses on, but I'm getting bugs every once in a while. But we definitely picked up the pace, so we're going to get back there pretty soon. We ain't even going to put a dent in this battery, probably because we were pedaling along in pass 2. Well, Bruce, you were driving down a trail on today, and I said all the leaves you got. You see all these? Ain't there yet. The littler trees over here, they got leaves. Small, but they're there. The markers on this side say B. Maybe this was the Boston Railroad. Be nice when I could ride my t-shirt and stuff again. We started out, I was just in a sweatshirt, but then I put my coat on. Glad I did now that I'm riding faster too. I could almost use my gloves, but. So we started out, we're in Bosquen now. We were in Franklin. We started out in Concord. So we're headed back to Concord now. No, we were passing people when we were coming up here. We haven't passed anybody yet, probably because they're all headed home. Like I said, it's kind of cold, crappy. We're down to 58 now. This, I don't know, we're stuck in this weather pattern for the last year. I hope we get out of it, that's for sure. Yeah, the backside of these are B, so whatever that means. You know, I actually been down this road before. Now I know I am. That's definitely a prison there. Up on the hill there, that's a prison. I'm trying to figure out if I'm coming up on a biker here. I am. I'll slow it down a little bit. Not when I passed her the first time, she was with that guy, but I don't see the guy. I was going to ask her if she was all right, but she was on the phone, moved over, so assuming she was all right. Yeah, so I definitely want to do this trail again. I'm going to have to look it up and see if I can get a feel for where it goes. There was a map, I just didn't bother to look. In fact, I think at the trailhead there's maps, so I'll stop and pick one up. Oh, Pedro, no trike today. I didn't even take it out. I did want to go out there and I want to do something with the moon cool and get another video in with that one, but I didn't get it in. And I got the other moon cool coming, and that's the one I really want to play with. So make this the return here a lot faster because I picked up about 10 miles an hour on the way back. Don't have the gloves on today, but should have at least brought my summer gloves with me. They feel better on the handlebars when you're out here for a while. I can't tell how long I've been out here because I actually can, as the bike will tell me. 1 hour, 11 minutes. Man, this is a nice bike too, guys. I know I keep saying all my bikes are nice bikes. This thing's nice. Glad I kept it. I got my street bike and I got my trail bike. And even my street bike, the juiced rip current, can do this trail, no problem. That's why I said, depending on where Bruce wants to go, I'll either take this one or I'll take the other one. How you doing? Because Bruce has got two bikes also. He's got the goat, and he's got a all-wheel drive, starts with an F. What is that name? I looked at him too. Thought about buying one at one point, and I wasn't all that keen about the all-wheel drive. I got to tell you though, that Hanover has made me wonder again about all-wheel drive. I know they just came out with a new bike too, and it's quick. I was looking at it. It was, I think it's like 2,600 something, but it was a quick bike. I almost thought about it. I'm like, ooh, they only had like 3 in stock, so they weren't gonna last long. But I was like, nah, I got enough bikes that I'm dealing with right now. I don't need to pay for one. And I think if I was gonna pay for a bike, I don't know, probably do a mountain bike. But I'm not buying one. I'm happy with my road bike. I'm happy with my trail bike. I got that all-wheel drive bike, and we're checking out the trikes now. And I've got some ideas on the trikes. One of them anyways. But it ain't gonna be this year. I will drive it stock this year, and then I will think about my ideas. I also gotta find the parts for what I want to do, which may have to come off an ATV. That's probably got you thinking now, right? Man, this bike has been sitting here when I went by the first time. I don't know, I ain't gonna stop to find out. Just seems weird seeing a bike sitting there. I thought when I went by the first time, the guy was probably in the woods taking a tinkle. This is a sweet little trail though. Especially that I'm doing it at 23 miles an hour. If I could do this the whole way, at 80 something miles, yeah. Of course, I'm dropping bars now. So those quad brakes I put on that juiced bike, wow, those things are nice. I like those, that's for sure. Like I said, I've got them on another bike. I don't use them on that bike. I don't use that bike that often. It's my all-wheel drive bike, and Christ, I don't think I got 20 miles on that bike. I built that bike, like I said, to start my YouTube channel. And I learned a lot about e-bikes doing that. So this thing pedals really nice at 23 miles an hour in 6th gear. Well, one of those little playground over there still had one of those, I don't know what you call it. We used to have them when I was a kid. You push it, and you jump on it, and the thing would spin around, and they took them out of all the playgrounds because kids were getting freaking, their heads cracked open. I know the one at my school, my elementary school I went to, people were, just dropped the camera, just so you know. So I'm on my front camera now, guys, which will last a lot longer. It's because I'm running the 2 screens on the one on the handlebars, but you just won't see me anymore, but you can hear me talk. You can see the trail, and that's what counts. How you doing? Nice getting out here today, though. If it was a nice sunny day, I would have gone for a long ride. I was almost dreading going out in this colder, cloudy day, but I didn't see any rain forecasted, so I was like, let's do it. Like I said, I got a busy week next week. Probably try to get, I don't know, I was going to say try to get the unboxings done during the week. The one less thing I got to do. I don't think either bike has to be built other than to put a wheel on and a fender on the TK1. And I don't know, the other bike's a foldable bike. I have a feeling it's going to come all together. It's a small bike anyways, so. They actually sent me a picture of a box today. They said, oh, we see you got your bike. And they sent a picture, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't my house, buddy. If that's my bike, you sent it to the wrong place. I said, mine's not supposed to be in until Tuesday. And I sent them the information. They said, yep, sorry, wrong person. But they're based in the United States, so I was kind of strange that I got a message today, unless it is a bigger company. I don't know why they'd be working out of their house, but maybe they do. I don't know. You know, some of these companies are small, even though they appear to be big. I know I've looked into a lot of these bike companies, and I actually do a search on their address and look at what Google's got on it, and I go, oh, they're in a rented building, you know, and there's 15 other businesses in it. So, not a very big business. I know that cyber bike I was looking at that makes the mountain bikes that I like, that's a very small company. They were basically in a building that was like a bunch of garages with a bunch of other buildings, with a bunch of other businesses in it. Yeah, definitely almost back because I'm parked over by that bridge. And this is almost the end of it. Looks like there was dual tracks here. And here's the guy's pickup truck with his tent in the back that I was telling you about. All right, guys, this is the end of our ride here. So thanks for going with me. We'll see you next Saturday. So if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, please do. And thank you very much for coming with me.